All right, today we're going to be doing a tier list of the best fighters outside of the UFC. This can be the former or to-be fighters coming into the UFC. We have 5 tiers: champ, question mark. We have top contender, ranked, can crusher, and can. If you don't know what can is, it's basically just a bottom feeder in the division, and a can crusher is just the person that beats the bottom feeders who never gets ranked. So we'll start off with Fabian Edwards. I'll let you start with this one.
Now, Fabian Edwards, a guy that has, grown to get my respect. I didn't really respect him as a fighter at first, but he's got better and better. I actually picked Impa Kasagny to beat him. That hasn't aged well at all. Impa has not been on a very good run since then. And obviously Edwards has been on a very good one, obviously coming off a very good knockout win to become PFL champion and this tournament winner. Just like his brother, really, with the head kick knockout, was very impressive. And I think he's been impressive all tournament. I think he's been quite good. But I don't think he can be a top 5 or anything. I don't think he can be a champ in the UFC. So I'm going to say bottom of ranked, in my opinion.
It's hard. It is hard. I'm pretty sure he's a welterweight. No, he's a middleweight. He's a middleweight, actually. I think... Yeah. No, he could definitely be ranked in middleweight, because middleweight is kind of shit, to be honest, apart from like the top.
It is.
No, I agree. I think he's a ranked guy. I don't think he's a top guy, but I think he's definitely in the ranked tier. I'll let you start with the next one.
All right, next up we've got... I can't even see.
It's basically someone with a buzz cut.
Islam Omarov. Yeah.
Yes.
Islam Omarov. Now, Islam Omarov is actually 16-0 in MMA up to now. So, a guy that, he has been a bit untested. He's only fought, I think, top promotion. He fights in ACA right now. Trust isn't the greatest promotion in the world, but he's 9-0 in ACA. Coming off two submissions over Tagibov and Polubin-Nikov, who are 14-3 and 34-9 respectively. So I think there's just a lot of question marks over this guy. 16-0, but has he really fought anyone top? Not yet. So it's a tough one to say where he could be. But I would say Omarov could probably be... Oh, it's so tricky. For now, I'm going to say can crusher, but his potential, he could be any high. He could be high.
I'm also thinking can crusher, to be honest. That's where my mind was during that.
That's where he is right now in his career, right? He literally is a can crusher right now. So. He's beat some good people with records, but
it's one of those. There's no way of us knowing until he gets to the UFC. So we'll put him as a can crusher. I do think he can beat some of the bottom feeders in the UFC. So we'll go on to the next one. I'll let you start with this one again.
Sulaimanov. It's not really a fighter I rate particularly. Obviously, not many fighters from Azerbaijan really are coming out.
Yeah.
But he's in one, I believe. Yeah, he's 1-1 in one championship, and his one loss isn't great. Comes to Ivan Bondarchuk, who's 11-3 Russian.
Oh, okay.
It's not a great loss, all right. And we've seen that Sulaimanov, once he got the step up to one championship, he got a good win, but then he's lost in his last fight. So probably not great. Honestly, I'm edging towards can here, to be honest. I don't think he's great. And I think he looks pretty bad in his last fight, to be honest. So I'm going to say can. I don't think he'll ever make it to the UFC. And I think if he did, then it would be a can.
Yeah, no, I do agree. So I am just going to follow you with this one. I don't think he's UFC level, so I think it's safe to put him in the can for now. Moving on to someone that's very well known in this space, Dakota Dicheva. Now, I feel like we're just going to put her in champ because she definitely could be a champ in the UFC. There's no one that... Of course, there is people, but she is top level in her division, realistically, and she will get a title shot if she ever got signed to the UFC, so I don't think that's a crazy take, really, to put her in the champ tier.
No, I absolutely agree with you, to be honest. I think she's obviously just ran through everyone that she's faced so far, so don't think there's any reason not to put her in that bracket. So be nice to see her in the UFC. I'm sure she'll probably get there at some point, but I believe she has actually just signed a new PFL deal, so probably won't be for a while.
Yeah. I'll let you start with the next one.
Yeah, next up we've got Movlid Kalibuliev, I want to say. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. But obviously Movlid, you know very well, obviously the Khabib's prodigy, I guess you want to say. 24-0. Obviously got 24-0 and 1. I believe is he drew? Yeah, he's drew in the PFL before against Andre Harrison, which isn't a bad draw. Andre Harrison at the time was 21-1. Obviously now 22-3, so not as good anymore. But at the time wasn't an awful draw. So yeah, no, a very good, solid fighter. Done quite well in the PFL since it's been there. 10-0 or 10-1 draw, whatever you want to say. Obviously been in one championship as well. Got a win there, no losses. So pretty respectable fighter. Would I say he can be a champ? Probably not. A top 5. I mean, he's went to splits with the people in the PFL a couple of times, I think. So probably edging not there, but probably a contender. I'd say probably can sneak into the top 15 potentially with his fight style.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think he would be a ranked opponent. It's just, is he pushing top contender? Do you think he could be challenging for the belt? So. I don't think so either. Would you say he's higher than Fabian Edwards?
You never know.
In the ranks here.
Oh, it's different. Probably would.
Yeah, no, I agree. The only thing is, I do agree. I think he will be a bit higher.
I think he's a better fighter, but pound for pound, right? Edwards' division is a bit easier. So
yeah,
it's a bit more like
for sure.
But
I think they're quite similar.
I'm happy with that.
Next fight is Magomedov. Now I feel like we can. Is he Can Crusher or Can? I feel like he's one of the two. Can Crusher or Can.
I mean, we've just seen what's happened to Patchy Mix, and we are talking about someone that's lost twice to him, but, people do say he got robbed in the second fight. Either way, going to a close decision with Patchy isn't.
No, that's a bad one. That is a bad one.
But at the end of the day, he has beat everyone else that he's faced, except for his other loss, Ruf and Stotts.
I genuinely don't know if Patchy Mix gets a ranked win in the UFC.
I'm not against it. He would have to come against a wrestler and submit him, really.
I genuinely think he's Patchy Mix is maybe top 15. So
it's just if I said Jamal Hill, don't he?
But Magomedov probably does beat the Cans. He probably does beat the absolute Cans.
No, I would give him Can Crusher.
Okay, yeah, I can back it. I think he's worse than the other guy, but I don't know about you.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up is someone that's actually could be decent. It's Popov. He's a heavyweight, so obviously the competition's not that high. So you could argue that you really could argue that he's a top contender. There is an argument for it. I think he's at least ranked because I'm pretty sure he's beat 3 ranked heavyweights from the UFC former. So it's either high in the ranked or a top contender in my opinion. Don't know what you're thinking.
No, I don't love Popov, right? If you watched that last PFL video, I did pick Alexander Romanov to get it done. He lost by split decision. In my opinion, Romanov won that fight, but here we are. Look, I don't love Oleg Popov, but he does always find a way, right? That is what he does his whole career. I don't think against Kyle Williams as well, he got a split decision win in the PFL as well. Nascimento's a can. Don't want to get into that, but Kyle Williams isn't great either. We just seen his last fight. I had a lot of high expectations for Kyle Williams before his last fight, but he looked horrible and got knocked out in 1, I think it was, or 2, I can't remember. But either way, Oleg Popov. Obviously, the heavyweight division isn't a very stacked division, so I hear where you're coming from. Who is the top 5 in heavyweight right now in the UFC?
I think it's
Aspinall,
it's Aspinall,
Gan,
Curtis Blades, Pavlovich. I think that's basically it. From what Jayton Almeida as well. Maybe.
You know what? Yeah, I think Popov can break into that.
And I'm not just saying it has to be top 5 here. We're just saying top contender in general. So maybe even top 7, top 8, whatever your class is top contender.
You're not wrong. No, I would put him in there. I think you'd give Curtis Blades a horrible match. To be honest.
No,
Just to say it.
I do agree. I think he's like.
We saw Blades struggle big time in his last fight.
I think he's a heavyweight. Like you can get very far if you just have basic stuff, and he does have.
Especially grappling.
He does have good fundamentals with striking as well. He's a good like anti-grappler and offensive grappler, and has good striking. At heavyweight, that does get you fairly far. But
do you remember who Curtis Blades struggled against? He struggled against someone, right?
yeah,
Kuniev, that was it, yeah. And that isn't a good look, because I do think Popov's better than Kuniev.
I do agree, yeah. No, yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, no, I think Popov's definitely a top guy at heavyweight right now in the world.
Yeah, I agree. Get him started.
Alright, I'll let you start with the next two.
Alright, so we've got, first of all, Alexander Shabili, another Russian. We have a lot of Russians on this, for obvious reasons, really. Fights in Bellator at the minute, 5-1. Obviously, only lost going to Usman Nurmagomedov, so pretty respectable. Before that, his loss, he'd be Pitbull Mosaev, who's on this list as well, and Brent Primus. Not bad wins. He's also got a win over Alfie Davis, which is a very good win considering he just won the tournament. But I think Alexander Shabili is quite good. 24-4 in his career, pretty solid, good record. And to be honest, I mean, some of his losses come by, 2 of his 4 losses come by split decision. So if you flip them split decision losses, he's 26-2. So
yeah,
I think Shabili is quite a good fighter. Only 32 as well. Definitely has a promise to get in the UFC. Did get out decisioned over 5 rounds against Usman Nurmagomedov, but what can you do really? It's Usman Nurmagomedov at the end of the day.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad at all. Didn't get finished at least. But yeah, I'll be excited to see his next fight. Obviously, he had a cancelled battle Brent Primus recently, but I think he would definitely beat him again if they fought. Just very good grappler, as all the Russians normally are. I would give him... Honestly, I do rate Shabili quite highly.
Do you know what weight class is in?
But...
Oh no, it's in lightweight, isn't it, actually, because he's fought Usman.
Yeah. Which is a pretty sad division, right? So it's quite tricky.
No, it is, yeah. It is. I don't think he's a can.
I think he's top of Can Crusher.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think it's very hard to get ranked in the UFC at lightweight, to be honest. So.
No, I do as well. But I won't be surprised if he snuck in there. I think he's quite good. But...
yeah. All right, I'll let you start with this guy here.
Yeah, Dovlet Yagashimiradov. Obviously born in Turkmenistan, fights out of Ukraine, and with the career record of 25-7. It's not really a guy I rate. I mean, he went to Bellator, went 3-2. He's 4-0 in PFL, 5-0 in ACB, and 2-0 in ACA. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really I am the first one to hate, but he has been on a pretty good streak. Obviously, being Impe Casagni in his last fight by first round knockout is a pretty good win in my eyes. Rob Wilkinson before that, doing quite well in PFL ever since he signed 4-0, and he's still in there now. Has a fight booked with Corey Anderson, which I do think he'll struggle a bit more in, but I don't think he's a horrible fighter. There's not much to say about him. Dovlet. I think he's just, at the end of the day, he has lost 7 times in his career, which isn't great, and he is 36, fighting in light heavyweight, which isn't awful when you're in light heavyweight, but and light heavyweight probably isn't the hardest division to get ranked in either, to be honest.
No, it's not.
But would I give him ranked?
I mean, I will just say, like, the borderline of light heavyweight to be ranked is probably like... I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Crute is a ranked opponent in the UFC, genuinely.
Yeah. But I like you think Jimmy Crute might get it done over this guy.
Yeah, no. Honestly... No, he probably does.
Who else do you have in the light heavyweight? Like, Praknial? Is he light heavyweight?
I think it's middleweight. I'm not even sure, but...
Is that fights at light heavyweight? But I don't know.
But if you think Jimmy Crute beats this guy, then, like... I think this guy's in Can Crusher or Can. I think he's in one of the two.
It's hard to say, though, because, like, look, he wasn't great in Bellator. Obviously, he lost to Corey Anderson, which isn't a horrible loss, and then lost to Carl Albertson, which isn't a great loss either, to be honest. But ever since then, he's on a 7-fight winning streak, with 4 of those coming recently in the PFL. So, on a very good streak. Looks like he's turned a new corner. And I mean, you would hope so at the age of 34 that 36, that he's finally come into his prime. You know what? I'm going to say ranked. I think he can sneak into the rankings. It's close. He's bottom of it.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Go on to the next one. The man that beat my favourite fighter.
You're going to get a lot of hate for that. Your favourite fighter being Fantasia?
Yeah, maybe I am, but my opinion is this guy he'd be ranked. I don't think he'd be a top contender. He did.
I mean, at the end of the day, he got out decision by King Kai.
He did.
So I think he's a ranked.
He did, but he still went like 4-1 in the UFC or something.
He did, with a win over obviously Fantasia.
Yeah,
so.
Very nice win. Gonna say ranked.
I'll put him ranked.
Gonna put him like maybe just behind Fabian.
He's getting on.
Yeah, no, I would say just behind Fabian.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Is he went just behind Fabian? I can't really see right now, to be honest.
Yeah, no, he is.
I'll let you start with the next one.
Alright, Askar Karov, another Russian, of course. We just did Askar Karov, didn't we? Jesus.
Yeah.
Timur Kizarev, sorry. Kizarev, I mean, he's another Russian, like I was saying, but he's 18-0, 4-0 in PFL, 3-0 in Bellator, 3-0 in ACB, and 1-0 in ACA, so pretty good organisations to be unbeaten in as well.
Yeah.
In his PFL career, he's beat Brett Johns, Enrique Barzola, Gabriel Braga, and Brendan Lugan. So very good wins. Very good wins, actually. Very impressive all them wins, especially Brendan Lugan, who's 30-5 at the time of his fight. I really do rate Timur Kizarev. I think he's a very good fighter, very good grappler, very all-rounded as well. As knockouts, as subs, obviously many does get decisions. I'm not call him a decision merchant because he basically is. But at the end of the day, he does get the wins. How many decisions is he coming off? He's coming off 1, 2, 3, 4. He's coming off 7 decisions. So he does love a decision win, but whatever you have to do to get the win, right? Kizarev, I'm going to say, he has a lot of potential, right? A lot of potential.
What's his record? Is he
18-0?
Yeah, no. Okay.
29. He does have a split decision in the PFL over Gabriel Braga, but obviously at the time Gabriel Braga was 14-1.
Yeah.
I don't. Pretty decent fight, pretty gritty fight.
I don't hate that.
Braga. I don't hate it either. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
What are you thinking?
I'm gonna put Kizarev. It's a tricky one. This one.
What are you stuck between? Maybe like.
I'm gonna say ranked, but I'm stuck between ranked and top contender. I think he has the potential to be a top contender, but right now, what I've seen, I'm gonna give.
You're not weight classes then.
But that's just basically. Kizarev's in. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Kizarev.
It's fine. I'm just thinking, like, depending on the weight class, would decide whether it's between top contender or ranked.
I believe is a middleweight, maybe.
I mean, if that's the case, then I would say top contender. Well, middleweight is.
Sorry, is a featherweight.
Oh, okay.
I've got mixed up 2 Kizarevs there.
Yeah.
I've got mixed up 2 Kizarevs.
That changes a lot. If it's a featherweight, I'm gonna have to. My opinion, I'm gonna say ranked.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'll put him in the top of ranked. Next up,
that's fine.
Rabadanov, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but you know who I mean.
Gadzi Rabadanov.
Yeah.
A fighter I had a lot of promise for until obviously leading to Alfie Davis in his last fight.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Isn't great. Obviously, it was a close fight. You could give it to Rabadanov. But obviously, based on damage, he did not win that fight. So.
Yeah, if you want my opinion on it, I'm just going to say he's low-key a can crusher. Low-key. I could see ranked,
I'm okay with it.
Because
No, I'm okay with it.
if Alfie Davis is better than like, I don't rate Alfie Davis that much though. I could say maybe
No,
he's
he
borderline
doesn't.
ranked. So
I think even Alfie Davis is probably a can crusher.
I think he is as well, and I think Rabadanov's. I mean, he got beat by the better man. So
Yeah, I agree.
I'll,
No, I totally agree.
I'll let you take the next one.
All right, Magomed Umalatov. Umalatov. Magomed Umalatov. 18-1 in his career. Another Russian, of course, 9-1 in the PFL. So he's been in PFL for a while. His only loss coming to someone on this list in Shamil Musayev. And yeah, obviously round 3 KO. I'm not sure how he was actually doing in that fight before he got knocked out. But either way, it's a respectable loss. He's beat everyone else that he's faced. So pretty good record, pretty good resume. Not the best resume in the world, but still a very respectable guy. Quite excited to see what comes of Umatov. He's 33, but yeah, I think he's some promise. Now, where would I put him in this list? He has recently fought this year and won against Anthony Ivy, but I don't really rate Anthony Ivy. I don't think he's very good. Knocked him out in one, as he should. I don't know. It's not like other Russians. He's a bit of a knockout artist, but
Yeah.
does obviously train at American top team as well, so got good people around him.
Where are you thinking right now?
Where would I put him?
What's it stuck between?
Such a tricky one. I mean, I'm thinking it's probably. Would I say it's better than a Can Crusher? I mean, to give you perspective, this is welterweight.
Okay, welterweight. Okay, no, but welterweight in recent times has actually been pretty good. It's actually
No, it's improved
it's
a lot.
honestly up there with the best division in the UFC right now, as it stands.
I'm gonna have to say Can Crusher, but that's only because he's lost to the big step up he had, and at the end of the day, welterweight's a very sad division. It's gonna be.
Would you say he's top of Can Crusher, or what are we saying with that?
He's up there at the top, I'd say.
Okay.
I do think he's quite
Well,
good.
next we have Martin Bidet. Now, not much to be said about
I mean,
this.
we know there's actually a place for him here. There's a clear slot for him in this.
You think?
A clear slot. And it is Can Crusher. That's what he did his whole career.
No, but how can we say this? Because
Yeah, but he did lose.
no, he did lose, but he was a ranked opponent. He was a ranked heavyweight as he got cut.
Was he?
He was. He went like
Well then,
6-1 in the UFC or 7-1 in heavyweight. For heavyweight,
sorry, yeah, he was 12th ranked in the world.
Yeah,
in heavyweight.
I think it's got to at least be ranked in my opinion. I don't think he'll be a top
We can't be saying
contender,
at least.
No,
Yeah,
no.
we can't be saying at
No,
least. He's,
but it is possible. There is a reality where Martin Bidet
I think
becomes a
he's
top
bottom
contender.
ranked as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sorry now. I think he's
I
bottom
agree.
ranked.
All right, Van Stevens, the man who just beat and took Johnny Owens.
Oh, no,
I
I'm quite
believe.
excited for Van Steven. I do think he is actually quite elite. What are your thoughts here?
I don't think he's that elite, but I do think he's decent.
Really?
I don't think he's going to be a top contender
It is the middleweight
in
division.
the UFC. I understand that, but I do think he loses to the top 5, probably most top 10. I'd say he's a ranked guy in the UFC, in my opinion. I don't think he beats
I mean,
like a
he
Kyle
was getting
Bravo
dominated
and
against
Mavov.
Johnny Evelyn.
Yeah, I think like you would go
We've got to
towards
remember
Delete.
Yeah, I think he'd probably lose to Elite, actually. I am excited to see what comes of him, but... yeah, I don't know.
Let's place him
I
ranked for
think...
now.
You reckon? He
I
did
mean-
get dominated for 5 rounds, so at the end of the day, he did find a sub.
Whereabouts in ranked though? Would you say like?
I'd say bottom.
Okay, yeah. Thad Gene next. Now Thad Gene is undefeated.
Very,
a
very
proper-
promising career.
A proper prospect, like an actual prospect in the sport right now. He did
Yeah.
just beat Jackson, which is decent. He was an underdog in that fight as well. So, well, it was close.
It was surprising.
But- Yeah, it was a slight underdog.
Yeah.
What division's he in?
Against no, he faced not Jackson. He faced Logan Storley, didn't he last?
He did, but I'm think before
fought
Logan.
Jackson before that.
Yeah, he fought Jackson before that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was only
It was a
saying that
split
because
though,
Jackson. Yeah, because Jackson was also a prospect himself at the time. That's why I bring it up.
Yeah, no, Jackson is a very good win. I mean, Logan Storley's a very good win as well too.
Yeah. What division are we talking here?
I believe welterweight, are we? I could be so wrong. I do apologize. Yeah, welterweight.
Yeah, it's definitely around there. Yeah. Welterweight's a very good division. I'm not going to pretend he's going to be a top guy in the division. I think he's a ranked guy, in my opinion.
I think he's a ranked guy as well. I agree.
Whereabouts in ranked, we saying? We're getting kind of
middle. I'd say.
Okay. I'll let you take the next one.
All right, Shamil Musayev, obviously someone I mentioned earlier. He's got a win over another guy on this list. Shamil Musayev, another Russian. But this Russian is undefeated. Obviously, he does have a draw in KSW against Michael Pirzdak, but which obviously isn't great. Obviously, Pirzdak was 10-4 at the time, so drawing to a 10-4 guy, he's now 12-9. Not great, right? Pretty bad. But since then, it's beat Kunchenko, Logan Storley, who we just mentioned, Ramazanov twice, and then recently beat Umalatov, took his O in the third round, who was mentioned earlier on the list. Pretty good guy, pretty elite, 20-0.
What weight class?
Musayev is in... Oh, it's the weight class we mentioned earlier.
He's quite small, is he not? He seems quite small.
He is. I think it's featherweight.
Featherweight.
But I could be wrong.
I want to hear your thoughts on this, to be honest.
Sorry, Shamil Musayev is actually a lightweight. I do apologise.
Okay. Yeah, I want to... I'm just see what you think about this. I'm thinking
lightweight.
I'm thinking at least ranked. I'm thinking
just ranked.
I'm thinking just ranked, but whereabouts in the rank? Because the rank's getting kind of overpopulated right now, so...
It is. I'm thinking... I really don't like his draw, but his wins since have been brilliant. So I'm going to put him middle again of ranked, I think.
Okay, maybe like around here.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Go on to the next one. A man that you picked to win recently. The Brazilian man.
Yeah, and he did.
From the PFL.
Yeah, Marceli Alves. Someone I do rate. Obviously, you picked Justin Wetzel to beat him. Obviously, Justin Wetzel got decision there. And before that, he decisioned Jake Hadley. Obviously, not fantastic, but he still did dominate the fight 30-27. And he's only 26, so a lot of promise for Marceli Alves. Do I think he's ready for the UFC yet? Probably not. I'm going
to just put him here, and I'm going to let you decide where you want to change him to.
Where have you put him?
I'll put him in Can Crusher for now.
I'm absolutely okay with that. I think he has the potential to be a contender, maybe even top contender, maybe. He's only 26, but for now, it's just a Can Crusher. That's what he's been doing. That's what he can do.
Yeah.
I don't think he's higher than.
Yeah, no, I agree. Go on to Alfie Davis is his next. It's... As much as I don't...
I just think...
No, yeah, as much as I hate to admit it, he's an English fighter, but he is a Can Crusher. I do believe he would be a Can Crusher in the UFC. Don't think he'd be ranked. Maybe he might scrape a ranking at some point, but I'm not confident.
He showed much better grappling defense against Rabadanov, but I think his grappling in general just isn't great.
Yeah.
I think he's quite one-dimensional. And obviously, again, I know he showed great grappling defense against Rabadanov in the last fight, but he still did get laid on for quite a bit of time. Still got grappled for quite a bit of time. He just won on damage, which is fair enough. It should be scored like that. But we know UFC judges aren't really like that. So I think it would be a Can Crusher. I don't think it'd be a bad Can Crusher. I think it'd be good.
Whereabouts would you like the Brazilian, by the way, in the Can Crushers? Is he bottom of the Can Crusher?
I'm okay with him there.
Okay.
Honestly.
All right, so now we have Francis Ngannou, and I am going to put him in champ tier because, I mean, he does probably lose to Aspinall, but it's still a question. He's still in the conversation of being a champ, and if he moves,
an interesting fight for sure.
If Dana brings him back, it will be for a title shot, so he kind of has to be in the champ column, to be honest.
And he's a former champ as well, of course.
Yeah, he is, yeah. But we'll move on to the next one. I'll let you start with this one.
Phil DeFry, I believe this is.
Indeed,
Yeah, right.
it is.
Claims English. Not
Yeah,
very
but
English name, is it?
just let him have it.
Either way, he's got a very good record at 27-6, 13-0 in KSW. Probably the face of KSW realistically, and has obviously been in the UFC before.
Yeah.
Sadly, in the UFC, he did go 2-3. But at the end of the day, we have to got to put into perspective that was over 10 years ago. So, probably has changed the fighter a lot. Actually, since it's been released, I believe he's only lost not much. I mean, he's been on a real streak, actually.
Let's just keep it real.
Being a 21-6.
There's no need for research on this one. He is what he says he is. He's what he does. He crushes cans. He's a can crusher.
I agree. Yeah, I have nothing against it. And I think he's bottom of it, though, to be honest.
And I have put him at bottom. He is just a can crusher.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of these oldies at fucking KSW, like.
No, at the end of the day, it's 27-6, and he's just fought a 6-0 guy in his last fight. Like,
yeah, no.
What are we doing here? Like,
he's a can crusher. Honestly, he could even be in can, but I'll let him have can crusher.
Well, let's move on.
Usman, never get off. No. This all depends on how good you think.
It's between the top two.
Yeah, I agree. But it does just depend on how good is Paul Hughes. That's what it depends on. Because
it doesn't, we don't know.
They went to war. And
well, the thing is, Paul Hughes has to run through everyone else's face, really.
I do definitely think they would both be top 10 in the UFC in lightweight. I do believe they would both be top 10. It's a hard question, but I do.
Lightweight, right? This.
It is lightweight, so it's like.
No.
It's hard because I do think. I don't think
any of them are getting the belt.
I think Usman's like the lightweight Evloev. That's how I see him. And
Evloev, as much as you hate it, is a champ question mark.
No, he is a champ question mark. I'm trying to think lightweight.
I think Usman Nurmagomedov might be a champ question mark. He's the bottom of it, but he might be a champ question mark.
Ilya's in lightweight, but I don't think Usman would fight Ilya. I don't think the timelines would align. I think Ilya will move on to welterweight or retire, and then Usman would potentially have his little thing. So,
in my opinion, I would like Usman Nurmagomedov a champ question mark and Hughes as a top contender.
I'll be honest. I am thinking the same. I do think Paul Hughes won the fight, but I do think in the UFC Usman's overall has a better chance of becoming a champion than Paul Hughes does.
Yeah, I just think you may be underestimating him a bit. I think in a rematch, obviously that is booked, so I do think Usman Nurmagomedov wins again, and I think he's a bit more sure about it.
Yeah, no, I do agree. Usman's definitely a champ question mark. I think he's.
Usman, sorry, I do that.
Yeah, I don't think he's above these two though. I feel like.
No, he's bottom.
Yeah, he won't get instant title shot when he came to the UFC. I feel like he'll get a top guy, and then a title shot.
I agree.
Go on to the next one then. Is this Kyoji Horiguchi?
It absolutely is Kyoji Horiguchi.
Now he's been around for a very, very long time. So
he has.
When he was actually part of Demetrius Johnson's title run. So
yeah. Only 34.
No, yeah, he's on some good form as well. So it is flyweight, I believe. So I think he'll at least be ranked. I
agree.
I think it's a very, very. I don't think that's controversial, to be honest. I think flyweight's kind of not a dent. I mean, it
does have a few bad losses in there, but
to be ranked in flyweight,
most of his losses is beat. If that makes sense.
No, I get that. I think he would be like a 10 to 15 range kind of guy. I don't think he was. I don't think he's a top contender.
I agree. I mean, put it this way, right? He lost to Kaya Sakura, but then knocked him out straight after. And he lost to Petit, but then he also decisioned him straight after. So it's he likes to maybe lose one or two, but he gets to win straight back. Yeah. And I like that.
I'm just putting him in kind of the middle of rank, slightly below the guy that beat Pantoja. So
I agree. I mean, did go 7-1 in UFC as well.
Yeah. He is good. We'll go on to the next guy, though.
I'd say ranked.
I'll let you start.
Shamil Gasanov, I believe that is.
Yeah.
Obviously, topology, he's in a gi, so we know what he loves to do. And he does have 9 submissions and 7 decisions in his career, as he sits at 16-1. Now, I do feel that isn't a very good base to have coming into like the UFC. His last loss he did lose via knee bar, which
Ooh, so he does believe in it.
yeah, to another jiu-jitsu nerd in Gary Tenon. So
Just
he believes in it a lot. But that is his only loss. I don't like his only loss being by knee bar though, to be honest.
keep it real. Does he beat anyone good?
I'm gonna keep it real. It's 6-1 in one, but all the people he's beat, do I have any respect for? He's beat a couple of 10-1s, a 9-1. Actually, he has beat every opponent he's faced. I'll give him that. He did beat Gary Tenon in his last fight in a rematch. But I think he's a can crusher.
You think he's a can crusher?
I do.
What
What
weight class is he?
I believe it is lightweight.
Yeah, no, he's
Lightweight. Definitely.
probably can crusher. Whereabouts we saying, like?
Near the bottom.
We'll just...
Maybe even bottom.
No, we can't put him bottom. The king of the can crushers at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, no. Oh,
Next up.
The boy next.
Is this Harry Hardwick? Or is this George Hardwick? I don't know the difference. I think it's Harry Hardwick. I think Harry Hardwick's the
It is
champion.
Harry. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Harry.
What weight class are we talking here?
The
I
Hardwick
believe
brothers.
I believe Harry Hardwick's a featherweight. Featherweight maybe? Is he featherweight? Seems right to me.
As well, but
Rings a
I'm
bell.
going to do a bit of VAR, to be honest.
I know he's feather or
Harry
light.
Hardwick
It's one of the two.
is a featherweight.
Yeah, so featherweight, low-key a bit of a fraudulent division, to be honest. You just have Brian Ortega as number 6 in the world or some shit, so I'm going to say I think he'll be maybe ranked or top of Can Crusher, one of the two.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of them.
I just don't think
If he
featherweight's
goes
that.
ranked, he has to be bottom of the ranked.
No, you know what? He's Can Crusher. He's top of Can Crusher, I think.
Okay.
I just can't imagine him being a ranked guy. He's not. I'm underestimating the level of the UFC. I feel like.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he did go 1-1 in Bellator. Like.
Yeah, no. We've got to his brother,
Anyway.
George Hardwick, who
George Hardwick, who has been on the Contender Series, right?
and he lost.
And did lose quite badly as well. Got
I might-
absolutely dominated.
I just put him like Can Crusher, to be honest. I don't know if there's any
I
objections to
think
that.
he is like his brother. I mean, Jesus Christ, he might just be a can.
No, he is a Can
He's
actually.
coming
No,
off a loss.
he certainly is a Can.
He's coming off a loss of Samuel Silva,
No, yeah,
who is the champ, but like
no,
of Cage Warriors, but he's 13-4. Like
he's a Can.
he's a can.
He's a Can.
He's a can. He's a can.
Rosenstrike making his return potentially.
Was ranked.
Got cut. He lost to Sergey on decision. A ranked guy with some.
Which hasn't aged well.
I think.
Well, it hasn't aged badly actually.
I'm thinking bottom of ranked.
Contender, isn't he? Yeah, like ranked. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Like just some.
He'll always be around there.
Yeah, yeah, he's just. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Brian Battle.
Brian Battle, I think Can Crusher. May sound a bit harsh.
You think Can Crusher? You don't think he's a ranked guy?
I don't. I think he lost to Randy Brown. And I
But
think
Randy Brown
he
is
would
like.
lose to
I
anyone.
do believe Randy Brown should be or is not already.
But is
ranked.
Randy Brown
I
ranked?
think maybe. I'm not sure if he is or not yet.
Randy Brown, no, he's 20th in the world, so not ranked.
Okay. Then I do agree with you. I do think Brian Battle is a Can Crusher.
And at the end of the day, like, he did just beat Cans.
He is the best Can Crusher.
You can't tell me one
No,
win.
yeah.
No, he's the best one, but you can't tell me one win he got where I was like, wow, this
And
guy
we
could be...
both thought
A lot of people speak about his potential, but...
we both thought he was going to lose to Rizaberov as well, I believe. So
Yeah, look, I respect him, and people do big him up a lot and say he had a lot of potential. I don't agree. It's going to make weight.
we'll go to the Bangladeshi warrior next.
Shadul Hack. What a
The
classic.
Hack man.
We've watched this guy multiple occasions.
Very
actually, Shadul Hack.
weird fight style. You'd expect him to have a lot of cardio, but he doesn't really, which is kind of weird.
No, yeah, fought in many
He
fights.
fights like he has more cardio than Merab, but yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna,
I think he's a
I'm gonna
can.
say, yeah, he's a can. He's a can. he's
He's going to war with like people that are 13 and 8.
He's a can. No, in the UFC,
He,
he's a can.
I don't know if he gets a win in the UFC.
No, I genuinely think he probably would go winless in the UFC. Maybe he gets a win.
Yeah, I agree.
But even if you get one win, you still a can.
I agree.
Can crushers are the guys that like
Yeah.
are kind of near the rankings, but they just kind of beat like the cans.
Yeah, like they're good enough to beat the cans. Like literally like Battle, right? He's good enough to beat the cans, but was always just a tippy toe outside of it.
Yeah. I'll let you take the next one.
Alright. Omar Tokarev, someone I actually do rate personally quite highly, 8-0, somehow an underdog in his last fight. Only 23 as well, very young.
Yeah, very
a lot
young.
of potential in this guy. Absolutely dominated James Power, literally crucifixed, elbowed him to death, basically.
James Power.
I love Omar Tokarev. No, I do love this guy. I think he's a really, really good prospect from Finland. Well, obviously, he does say he's from Finland.
What weight class we talking?
Looks like he's lightweight. We're talking. But still so young. So, if I'm basing it off right now, I do think he beats the cans, personally.
I think he's at least ranked.
He's just young, isn't he? I think
he has time. He has so much time to evolve.
Well, are we saying like in his career, can he be ranked?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say like.
Yeah, then I'm saying yeah. I agree.
Will this guy be ranked once he reaches?
At some point in his career.
Yeah.
I agree.
At some
Then,
point
yeah, I think he can be ranked.
At some point in the rest of his career, will he be ranked? I believe if he gets the shot in the UFC, I believe he will be. I don't think he'll be a top contender, but I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he probably won't because there's a lot of competition. So.
It's just a stacked. But at the end of the day, he's only 23. The division could look very different by the time he's up there. But yeah, I'll say ranked for now. But lots of potential.
Low rank just because like we don't know. He's not proving himself against.
Yeah, he's only 8-0. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
We just don't know yet, but and obviously his one win does come in Cage Warriors, which isn't the greatest promotion, but then they still did beat the champ at the time. It was for the interim champions.
It was the interim championship, yeah.
Yeah.
So he has potential. We'll go on to Mohamed Makayev though, who
I think champ question mark.
I'm thinking champ question mark because he is very young and he has proven himself in the UFC as well. And he's
literally won every fight he had in the UFC.
And he's never lost.
He may not have looked great, but he's still got it. Yeah.
He has some underrated ones.
He's got a bit of plot.
He's beat Charles Johnson. He's beat Tim Elliott. He's beat
Manel Cap. That's a very good
He's beat Manel Cap. Even though it was a shit fight.
It was a boring ass fight. It was, but he got the win in the end. So
I think.
Give me. There. I'd say below Ngannou.
You reckon? Because
I don't know, the flyweight division.
I think he's definitely coming back to the UFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there because the flyweight division's a bit. Pantoja's more beatable than Aspinall.
Yeah, and Pantoja's getting on. He's getting on with his age.
No, he is. And Makayev has so much time.
The next, it will be probably Makayev versus Joshua Van, if it came to it.
Yeah.
And it's
true. Yeah.
But
Joshua Van is well.
But I will say, if Van beats Pantoja, I don't think Makayev beats Van. If Van stops Pantoja's wrestling, I don't think Makayev will be able to use wrestling to beat him.
I don't think anyone beats Van for a very, 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 very long time.
But
maybe Charles
if
Johnson.
anyone, I guess. But I still think Makayev can become I think especially if Pantoja beats Van, I think Makayev could maybe be the guy to beat Pantoja. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
Especially with age catching him. So.
Like
Is this Umar Kane next up?
This is Umar Kane.
The heavyweight prospect.
Never looks great in there, but always gets the job done. Umar Kane always finds a way.
He's coming for a great win against the guy that's next to him in the ranks. They are going to rematch.
No, yeah.
It is a great win,
rematch, but
yeah.
No, Umar Kane is very good. I do think he's good. Obviously, he did struggle a little bit. He got the win, but struggled a bit against the Brazilian that just lost every day. Forgot his name, but you'll know who I mean.
No, I know who you mean. Yeah, it's like Pacheco or something.
Pacheco, yeah. Obviously, Umar Kane did go kind of to war with Pacheco. Did definitely lose a round, the last round for sure. Does gas out a little bit, but you're really thinking.
I'm just putting my thoughts there. I think he's kind of similar to a Popov in potential. To be honest, I think I could definitely see him being a Popov level guy. He's
I think I can because of his weight class.
yeah, no, that's exactly why. To be honest, because heavyweight you don't need to do
Yeah.
much to get high in it. So
Yeah, I agree.
that's how I'm seeing it.
He's quite like an athletic freak. Definitely roided up, McCain, but
Yeah,
Umaki.
we'll leave it at that though. Like we'll go on to the next guy that he's just coming off a win against, the man who's knocked out Derrida twice, and before Umar Kane was, I believe he was undefeated, right? He was at 14-0 going into the Umar Kane fight.
He was.
Double champion one, I believe. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, Anatoly Malikin.
I believe he will beat Kane in the rematch, and if he does that,
It's a champ question, man.
he's heavyweight. He must be heavy then, mustn't he? Yeah, because I remember
Yeah,
RDR was trying to get like triple champ status. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening.
I'm honestly putting Malikin bottom of champ question, man. Because I have got all like points of perspective. He has lost to Umaki.
You think?
I'm putting him bottom. No, I'm putting him above Umar. I'm sorry.
You think?
Usman.
You really think it's a champ question, mate? You really think he could become a champion in the UFC if given the chance?
Because once again, but it is Aspinall.
It is Aspinall. That's what you need to remind yourself.
It's a top contender, but he's above Umaki.
I think he's above Popov and Umaki, and I think he's out of the heavyweight guys. He's the best one.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I'll let you go on to the next one. I'll let you take this one.
All right, Yaroslav Amosov. Probably someone that's going a bit under the radar on this list. 28-1. Probably the most impressive record on this list. Genuinely.
No, it is impressive.
Obviously got wins over Logan Storley, who I feel like I've mentioned about 50 times today. That is people have beat. Actually beat Logan Storley twice.
Yeah.
Also beat Douglas Lima in them wins as well, which isn't a bad win. Because I do think Douglas Lima is alright. But anyways, he has, I have to bring it up, he has lost before his last win to Jason Jackson, who sits at 19-6. He's alright. I don't have any hate towards Jason Jackson, but I don't think he's
don't like that.
He did just lose to Thaddeus.
Yeah, no, I do not like that.
It's hard to rate this guy because he's 20.
What weight class?
Weight class, middleweight.
Middleweight. I think.
But this is the thing, right? He got knocked out in the third by Jason Jackson. Now, whether he was winning that fight up to that point, I'm not sure. I'd imagine he was, but I could be absolutely wrong there. He does have quite a padded record, but he has also beat people that, he literally took Logan Storley's though, actually. He was 11-0, beat Logan Storley twice, and gave him both of his first two losses, so.
Yeah, well.
I think Can Crusher.
I have put him in Can Crusher. I think I've put him fairly high in Can Crusher as well. I don't know if you agree with that, but.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, yeah.
Let's go on to the next one. We have AJ McKee, who, other than his Paul Hughes fight, and I'm pretty. Wait, did he lose to Pitbull as well? Is that something that happened? I think that might have happened in his career.
He has.
His two losses come into Pitbull and Paul Hughes. The Paul Hughes ones I don't mind because Paul Hughes' fight was very close. I do think Paul Hughes clearly won, but it was a split.
Yeah, it was Pitbull. Yeah. He did beat Pitbull before that.
I think he's a ranked guy.
He's a contender.
I think he's a ranked guy.
Yeah, he's a ranked. That's what I mean. He's a ranked guy because at the end of the day, we could say Pitbull loss isn't great, but like Pitbull has just be ego, right? And he's ranked. So,
yeah, and I do think Paul Hughes is up there as well. I do think he's pretty good.
You know, I'd actually push for top contender here for AJ McKee. He need to be that good.
He could be, but he's not a young guy. Let's not mistake him for being this young guy.
True. I think he's at the top. He's near the top. Though.
I think top ranked. I am thinking top ranked. So I think.
Yeah. Okay, I'll agree with that.
Going to a split with Paul Hughes is impressive, and before that, he's only lost to like Pitbull. I do think he's at the top of ranked.
He was actually submitted as well. He submitted Pitbull as well.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Really. Vadim Nemkov. Now, someone that is actually high rated.
Yeah, I'll let you start.
Someone that is doing very well at the moment. Beat obviously Romero and Corey Anderson back to back. Has a win over Ryan Bader and Phil Davies. He has a couple of wins over as well. Does have a win over Felipe Lins, who I know you rate a
Felipe
little
Lins
bit.
Is pretty good.
Yeah, he beat him. His first loss He's only lost twice, one to Carl Albertson, which isn't great, but he still does fight, I believe, in the PFL right now. He fought in the tournament recently, did lose, but... And his other loss coming to Yuri Brahowska, so... Fair, really. Not a bad loss. No, pretty good guy, been on a pretty good streak. Recently coming off 2 subs as well. I just think he's pretty solid, pretty good fighter. Probably a contender, ranked guy.
Whereabouts are we putting him in the rank, do you think?
Pretty solid. I'll say like near the bottom, but not the bottom. Like between middle and bottom.
Okay. I'll put him like...
Because he has only beat Cans. He does have some more right wins.
I think here. It makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because Rosenstruck's proven. Yeah.
Let's move on.
We'll go on to the last 2. Now, these 2, Johnny Eblen first. He has just lost to Van Stevens, so can we really put him above Van Stevens? I don't think so.
No.
However, I do think before the Van Stevens one, he was like 20-0, and he has wins over the likes of Fabian Edwards. So
yeah,
he's above Fabian Edwards level at the end of the day. I do think he's a ranked guy in the UFC. It is middleweight, so
I agree.
It's not exactly a competitive place.
Yeah, I just completely agree with what everything you've said up to now, so I don't really have anything to add.
Whereabouts is Fabian Edwards right now?
Fabian Edwards is middle, like the ranked.
Okay. Is he on the top row or the bottom row?
The top row.
See, that's a problem because Eblen has to be above Fabian Edwards here, and Van Stevens is down here.
Yeah, I'm just taking recent form a lot into account.
Yeah, to be fair,
we've got to understand that Johnny Eblen was dominating Van Stevens.
You're not wrong. He was, yeah. He did just get a fluky submission.
I still think he's a better fighter.
Yeah, I agree.
And then last but not least, Paul Hughes. I think goes straight into the top contender. I think he's that.
Yeah, I do think he's the top of it as well. I think the way I see Paul Hughes is like, he's kind of like an Arnold Allen kind of fighter. I feel like he's that kind of like skill level and that kind of fighting style as well. I don't think he'll be a champ. I think he would get some wins at the top of the division. I do think he would go to very close fights with the likes of Arnold Allen. I mean, they're not even in the same weight class, actually. That's featherweight. But, I mean, lightweight, definitely is a top contender.
He's a simple fighter, though, isn't he?
I kind of like guys in lightweight.
I think he just is a tough fight for anyone.
No, yeah, I do think he gives tough fights to like Aljamain Sterling and
I think he's just quite gritty, isn't he?
Good takedown defense as well. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, we couldn't fit every single fighter on this list in the world, but that's good. But
we couldn't, but I'm okay with that list. I think I'm quite happy with that list.
I'm interested to see how this turns out after like a year or two. Maybe. Yeah,
no, we'll have to do an update in a year. We'll have to do a review potentially in a updated one.
Yeah. But yeah, that is about it.